Alright, after all this time of hawking the comic book channel on this show over on the wrestling channel, we're finally here. Cutting out the middleman, but to be fair, this isn't exactly the same show, because on the wrestling channel, this show is cheaper pop culture, and on this channel, the show is cheaper pop culture. Does it sound like I said the exact same thing twice, just with different emphasis on different words? Well, that's because that's exactly what I did. But that just goes to show you how confusing and annoying nomenclature can be. In fact, if you search my name, you might find that I represented the New York Knicks in the 2010 NBA All-Star Game, and that I also created Frasier. I won't bother to correct you. But names is the name of the game on this debut episode on CPC on the DKC, because today we're all about... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the best part of this show being on the comic book channel is that, well, that damn title card isn't following me over here. The title card only likes wrestling, he hates comics. He says that they're for little kids and all. Now hey, that's fine, but it does mean that I have to start writing the title cards out by hand, but hey, small price to pay for the smiting of one's enemies, right? Anyway, here we go. Today's topic is, going to be... Okay, that's not quite as epic, but you know what? As long as we got each other. Anyway, so let's get on with the episode. When it comes to names, I've always thought that... Son of a bitch, what are you doing here? Oh, great. Yeah, I remember my freshman year of college, too. I guess there's just no escaping it. Might as well just make yourself useful now that you're here. So, where was I anyway? Oh yeah, that's right. This episode of Cheaper Pop Culture is... When you were little and in school, do you remember the first time you met a kid who had the same first name as you, and you were like, but that's my name? And then like 10 minutes later, you were completely over it? Well, what if I told you that I never really got over that feeling? But not for me, but for comic book characters. Yes, I know it's weird, but shut up. Anyway, this episode is all about weird comic book character names that have a strange connection or similarity to a real-world counterpart that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Now, what causes these correlations? Could it be from oversight? A mere coincidence? A sinister underlying plot that I'm about to unravel? Yes, I know what apophenia is, okay? I don't see how that's prevalent. You know what? Let's just get started, okay? While their names are not spelled exactly the same, the former Daily Show host shares a name with one of the Green Lanterns of Earth, which, by the way, DC, as an Earthling, we really have too many of these. Just saying. Anyway, Jon Stewart and Jon Stewart are, well, clearly nothing alike. The comic book character isn't known for having a sense of humor, and the Daily Show host held a bad guy win by hitting John Cena with a chair at SummerSlam, although some people will tell you that that actually makes him a hero. George Washington Bridge is a Marvel character that shares the name with an actual bridge that connects New York to New Jersey. Now, the character was clearly named this as to be the butt of several jokes at his expense, but unlike a real person with an unfortunate name, when you are created as a gag, it does kinda lose some of the punch that the joke has. For example, if I invented a character named Stupidhead, it's not that funny if every character makes fun of him for having the name Stupidhead. What's even dumber about this character is that he prefers to be called a GW Bridge in order to avoid any jokes about his name. But if you live in the New York area, you would know that the bridge is commonly referred to as the GW. So that's not really helping your case. In fact, it would just be easier and more logical just to admit your middle name altogether. Most people don't even go around telling everyone their middle name in the first place. If he just went by the name George Bridge, people might be less likely to assume his middle name was Washington. And also, if it really bothered him, he could just change his name or not use his real name at all. And since he's a mercenary, it's probably better that he didn't use his real name in the first place. I mean, what a f***ing idiot. Well, if you were wondering just how much of a nerd I am, well, get ready for this one. If you have no idea who these two characters are, well, that's fine. I don't blame you. Just know that this is ultimate proof of my G. This character right here, Caesar Carlini, appears in the Superman Batman World's Finest animated 3-parter from the DCAU. Now, the shock here isn't that there's actually a good Batman Superman movie, but that this character has a very similar name to the inventor of the Caesar salad. No, not Julius Caesar. No, not Paul Newman either. The man who invented the Caesar salad was Caesar Cardini. That's Cardini, who worked at a Mexican restaurant but was of Italian descent. In this episode from the DCAU, Carlini is in a Mexican restaurant and is also of Italian descent. Just saying, this is too coincidental. They must be trying to say something, right? I mean, why else is there such a strong connection? You know what? I've been starting thinking if you look at it and study. No, I will not just move on. This is important. You know what? Okay, that's enough for now. There are more, but I was told that I'm getting worked up for no reason and that I'm going to get a shot if I don't behave. So just join me next time, unless, they've gotten to you too.